samples which were collected. Now, what your lordships has to see is that on the next morning, that is the 10th, at 10:30 a.m., whether those samples were sent to the magistrate. Why? Because the magistrate has to then forward it to the CFSL. What was the date on which the magistrate for forwarding? Now, what the state will say is that 10th and 11th, which was a Saturday and Sunday, CFSL was closed.
In fact, I won't give again details here of the date because it will dislocate the investigation. We don't want someone to take advantage of it as a technical issue later on.
Yes.
But what the CBI has revealed in its status report is worse. It is really disturbing.
I have understood what they have disclosed.
You know,
I know what is where they are heading. That's why I'm not being able to.
What you are flagging, sir, I can only share with you. We are ourselves disturbed by what we have said, and this is what CBI itself told us. See page F and page 4. Flagged it for us. They are themselves very concerned about the fact that this is what is happening.
Another thing which is very disturbing is that the Kolkata police has only given 27 minutes of the footage. Why has the entire footage till date not been seized? And when the Kolkata police gave it, did they use an instrument called the blocker device?
What is it called?
Blocker device. Because that ensures that the hash value does not change. And it is very important. What is a hash value? It is basically the fingerprint of any electronic document. The CBI has to seize the entire footage.
Mr. Solicitor, this aspect, which we highlighted last time during the course of the hearing.
Page, ground G, page 5. We have not.
Give us a minute. Just give us a minute.
Yes, ground G, not ground, para number G, page 5.
But, Mr. Solicitor, can you not summon ask the state police to make sure that this is handed over to you?
It's not handed over.
You have to seize it.
That process is on. That process is on.
So 40 days have passed. It has been rewritten or not, that also we...
That's...
Devices can...
Have you seized...
The difficulty is, devices
ensure that you seize the DVR. And just find out, have you used the blocker device or not? Because you have to ensure the authenticity of the hash value.
And whether it is overwritten or not, because the devices can be overwritten.
That depends on the capacity of the storage device.
See, CBI has to ensure, because today your investigating officer is completely in charge of your investigating team.
Correct.
Make sure that the CBI itself seizes the entire, the DVR and the entire video footage.
It has to be from before and it has to be after.
Absolutely.
And not only that.
Oh, you're absolutely right on that.
Troubling factor is...
We have absolute clarity, you're right on that. And we hope that the CBI is going to do that.
The troubling factor is, that whatever was leaked to the media with regard to this particular accused, I'm not going into that field. But my lord, till date, the sketch map has not been shown to your lordship. Because from what I have learned is that the place where the camera was placed is not at the entrance of that room, seminar room. There are also other entrances and exits that the CBI will investigate because it could have come from the other side and gone. And one of the last thing is, my lord, lordships, why? Because from the dead body challan, my lord, is now at rest because of the fact that it was shown to the Calcutta High Court. And my lord, we have footage. When the document was being looked at, I specifically said to my lords over there that this is a dead body challan. There was an acceptance and the thing was flagged. So there is no dispute that there is a dead body challan. And the last thing is, my lord, on the ground.
So, Solicitor.
Hell is also a...
Right. What we will do is, apropos what the concerns are which have been expressed, we'll first record a short order. Please send a message across that the reason why we are not recording detailed reasons is simply because we do not want the investigation to be dislocated. Any word which we will say here should not put someone who's under scrutiny on guard and ultimately destroy the very cause for which all of you are appearing over here. Please rest assured that a lot of issues which you have raised in your the letter by the parents, by learned counsel, for us is something which CBI has also flagged in the status report. But we will ensure that your letter, for instance, is looked into by the investigating officer because there is a specificity about that letter.
Certain things are already done, but my lord, I'm not,
I just
But it should be
point.
Just to say, since the matter, if my lords would consider, my lords is taking status reports. The matter is coming up before the Kolkata High Court also tomorrow. Then the matter, since it's being looked into and monitored by this court present, no.
Or it is simply adjourned.
There.
It is simply adjourned.
Adjourned.
Chief Justice is a seasoned judge with very long standing on the bench. He knows what to do.
the court is adjourning. But
Learned judge who knows what to do when the.
Just one last.
May I
Lordships,
respond to some of the things that have been said by him? Malad? For example, he said, Malad, there is no sketch map. The sketch
Can
map
you
is
say
here.
this?
I have never said there was.
One second, let's not get into this repartee between members of the bar. If after you read after we dictate the order, you feel that we have taken into account something and made any adverse observation against you, come back to us.
Well, the only problem is once this statement is made, Malad, that there was no sketch map.
I never said there was no sketch.
Malad, that they,
Not been produced.
that's what exactly he said. Malad, that 5371 was shown to the High Court, Malad. In fact, we have a complete answer for it because 5371 was never used since 1997.
Mr. Sibal, we'd like one
Well, this is
element of
not,
cooperation.
what happens is
by
their
Calcutta
statement goes on record.
No, but the Calcutta police must also now cooperate with the CBI because if they want the entirety of the footage.
Manoj, it's all there. Manoj, given, Manoj, 7 to 8 hours of footage is given.
Why would they?
Manoj, I tried it.
So footage.
GRB, Ola, ask your police
Yes.
team. Has the, just a 1 second. Has the DVR been handed over to
Yes. This is what happens, Manoj. The statement is made that it is not handed over. It is handed over in front of people. Manoj, it is not as doctors.
7 minutes, my lord. My director.
What's the fault? 7 to
My
8 hours.
director is here.
8 hours.
Not fair.
It's the storage device.
Handed over.
DVR, not just the CCTV.
Everything is handed over.
Challan is not used. It's a
Now, Lord,
slip.
We have a taking over document here.
Which has been signed
Manoj,
by CBI.
1 second.
But that DVR.
We have a taking over document signed by CBI.
DVR has only 27 minutes.
What they are saying is this, that the DVR was handed over, but it has only a recording of 27 minutes footage.
It was sealed, Manoj. It was sealed.
But
They have opened it.
maybe so it was sealed, but nobody.
Saying that, Manoj. We are not saying that.
But therefore CBI is saying.
But when they say I don't
out of
have,
what was sealed and given to us, there's only 27 minutes.
not true.
7 to 8
Search and seizure.
7 to 8 hours.
Search and seizure.
Hard drive,
But
7
it is
to 8 hours.
to 8 hours.
Because, my lord, the
Hard drive.
4 hard drives are
seizure
given,
of
Manoj. What's the
samples
point of this
is
kind of?
relevant.
But then, Mr. Solicitor, this is a matter for further investigation.
Yes, you
You have the SHO in your custody.
Yes. Otherwise, things go on record.
Spot map handed over. Requisition slip handed over with the dead body.
Anything that can also be written.
Of course. Investigation, Manoj.
There are two distinct things.
Yeah.
Manoj Mishra pointed it out.
Yes.
One is the video footage of the search and seizure.
Correct.
Independent of that, you have the DVR of the CCTV
Yes.
of the hospital, the medical
Yes.
college, particularly around the seminar room.
Hold on, don't.
Now, 1 second. We therefore want to know, has the DVR of the CCTV footage
Yes,
been
handed
handed over to the CBI?
pen drive of
Because
capacity. Manoj, kindly.
CBI says, when CBI says that we have
Manoj, I'll read it.
27 minutes of the raw footage of the search and seizure,
Correct.
that they do not dispute about
Correct.
27 minutes.
Correct.
When has the DVR of the CCTV at the hospital been handed over to the CBI is what we want to know.
Manoj, on 14th of August, one pen drive of capacity 32 GB.
Because
I
up
just
to now,
read one paragraph.
all right, just read out the rest.
Yeah, the rest is one pen drive of capacity 32 GB. This cruiser is containing the copy of the CCTV footage as mentioned in item 1 of seizure list dated so and so.
That's only-
White seizure list dated so and so. One pen drive of capacity 32 GB SanDisk cruiser blade containing CCTV footage of camera 16 installed at the ground floor on the eastern side wall of the main entrance admission ticket counter of emergency building of RGK Hospital, behind the drinking water kiosk, facing towards southwest direction, covering the main entrance gate of KCRG, handed over. Then one pen drive of capacity 32 GB disk cruiser blade made pen drive containing copy of CCTV footage as mentioned in item 3 of seizure list dated 11 handed over. But then what is the point of saying?
Why would all cameras?
Further.
May I say this?
Yes.
You have identified the specific cameras in relation to which,
All of
All
them.
of them.
is it your statement that nothing remains with this?
Yes, yes, all of them handed over. All of them.
All cameras.
All
They have signed off on
cameras,
it.
camera suggesting the
Part of the
seminar
direct-
room.
they
Let
have
them
signed
make a
off on it.
statement, my lords.
This list which you have given us indicates that several pen drives have been handed.
Yes, yes. Serial number 12 onwards is the hard drive.
Hard disks.
Malad, the four cameras, Malad, in the Arjikar hospital are connected with all the cameras stored in 4 hard drives. All the cameras are stored in 4 hard drives and all of that's been handed over.
12, 13, 14, 15 other hard drives.
Malad, and this ultimately is a matter of investigation.
In total,
And then Malad, another statement was
Just
made.
give us a
that
moment. Just give us a moment. The a status report dated 17 September 2024 has been filed by Shri Satyavir Singh, DIG, stroke HOB, stroke SC-1, stroke CBI. Good stop. During the course of the hearing, we have heard the Learned Counsel appearing on behalf of, Learned Counsel appearing on behalf of the parents of the deceased, the resident doctors, and intervening associations who are appearing, and the original petitioners before the High Court. Good stop. We have explained to the Learned, we have explained to all the Learned Counsel that at this stage, it would not be in the interests of a fair and complete investigation to disclose the leads which are being pursued by the CBI or the line of investigation. This may only lead to the dislocation of the investigation or destruction of evidence. We'll stop. All the Learned Counsel representing the resident doctors and other groups appearing in these proceedings have also agreed in their understanding that it would not be appropriate for any further disclosures to be placed in the public realm at this stage. Full stop. However, the status report which has been submitted, full stop. A letter dated 12 September 2024, addressed by the father of the deceased to the investigating officer of the CBI, has been shared with the court. Full stop. The letter expresses the genuine concerns of the parents of the deceased and contains specific inputs on certain aspects on which investigation should be directed by the CBI. Full stop. Bearing in mind the concern of the parents of the deceased, the genuine concern of the parents of the deceased, we are of the view that the inputs which have been furnished by the father of the deceased in his letter dated 12 September 2024 should be duly taken note of by the investigating officer so that appropriate modalities are followed to explore the leads which have been indicated in the letter. Full stop. Further, responding to the request of the father of the deceased, the Solicitor General has assured the court that CBI would maintain contact with the parents and would keep them informed, keep them informed hereafter, so as to assuage their genuine concerns in regard to the investigation. Full stop. Next. Appearing on behalf of the resident doctors, Ms. Indra Ajay Singh, appearing on behalf of the resident doctors, submitted that there is definite material available with the resident doctors, indicating the presence of persons at the scene of crime, which they would wish to share with the CBI. Full stop. She has, however, fairly stated that it would not be appropriate in the interest of the investigation to reveal names at this stage, but details would be handed over immediately to the investigating officer of the CBI. Full stop. This may be done so that necessary.
May I also share it with the learned Solicitor General, my lord?
Copy may be shared
Give
with
me in a
the,
sealed cover, I'll send it
may
in
be
a
shared
sealed
with the
condition.
Solicitor General, who would in turn make it available to the investigating officer of the CBI in charge of the investigation. Full stop. Next.
I speak, Your Honor, on behalf of Medical Institute of India.
Some of the concerns which have been expressed before this court by the learned counsel appearing on behalf of the original petitioners may similarly be recorded in the form of a communication and handed over to the Solicitor General for onward transmission to the CBI, so that necessary steps can be taken along any lines, so that necessary steps can be taken if any valuable inputs or leads are made available in the course of the investigation. Full stop. Then we will say that...
addition, if your lordships can consider, many of the concerns of the parents in the father's letter are taken care of, but we will...
Court has said.
Yes.
Okay. Full stop. Having perused the letter dated 12 September 2024 of the father of the deceased, at this stage it may be material to note that many of the concerns which have been expressed in the letter form the subject matter of the active investigation which is being pursued by the CBI. However, nonetheless, a copy of the entirety of the communication would be made available to the CBI so that it can follow an appropriate line of investigation as required in the interest of justice. Now, we'll...
Lords, on this, if we may just briefly...
during the course of the hearing, the court has been apprised of the fact that that Wikipedia still continues to maintain on its website the name of the deceased and any photograph, as well as
Only name.
Only the name is there.
Not the photograph, but the name is there.
The photograph is also there. It's a different sketch, but it is.
as well as a copy of her. That is a portrait in graffiti. It's not a real life photograph.
It's not a photograph. Only the name is.
Yeah, that's only it's only an impression. It's not. It says X's portrait in graffiti at Dhaka University.
Yes.
So that I think we need not refer
Somebody is
to.
representing.
It's only an artist's
It's a
impression.
representative.
First page, and another thing, the girl had a specific hairstyle, and this graphic is depicting her everywhere. That's the unfortunate part, but the name is there on the first page.
It's the name which is.
Assign ourselves to the name.
Yes.
But the provisions of Indian law are clear in this respect, full stop. In the interest of maintaining the dignity and privacy of the deceased, it has been clearly the governing principle is that the identity of the deceased in a case involving alleged rape and murder should not be disclosed. Stop. Wikipedia shall therefore take steps to comply with the previous order and the injunction which has been issued in the present order forthwith.
Please.
Stop. Now, we have covered this. We have taken care of the letter by the father. Now, the status report we have dealt with. Now,
Something very significant that the doctors wanted to place in.
Nandi for a minute and then we'll.
Sure.
So grateful, my lords. My lords, on the last occasion, the state government had vilified the doctors. For the doctors, my lords, we represent 25,000 doctors
What you have to say?
in the state of West Bengal. If I may just. So, my lords, on the last occasion, my lords, if we may go turn by turn. My lords,
Between the two of you, what's the point?
I'm not addressing the court. I just want to make a distinction between senior doctors and
That's
junior
correct.
doctors. My learned friend is rightly representing the senior doctors who are
Yes.
supporting us. I am representing the junior doctors who have today ceased work.
All right.
So our submissions will be different.
Yes, Ms. Nandi.
My lords, on the last occasion, a number of statements, misleading statements, and I really say this with responsibility, were made by the state of West Bengal. And in that status report, which we were not given, we wrote twice formal letters and with regard to the doctors, the senior doctors as well as the junior doctors. We have filed an affidavit in this regard, my lords.
So can you summarize what you have to say? Can you just summarize what you have to say? Tell us, we'll make a note of it.
But my lords, if I may just hand this over because it has some
Summarize
relevant
it.
documents.
Tell us what you have to say.
Number one, my lords, they have said that the state of West Bengal, the medical system is collapsing because of the strikes of the junior doctors. My lords, the senior doctors are working overtime double shifts because their junior doctors are not feeling safe. They have said, for example, in the status report, para 15 of my lord's order, 7C.
So according to you, everything is going on as normal. Nobody is.
My lords,
denying it.
everything, it is true, is not going on as normal. But in 7C, for example, we
So
have said that cardiology treatments such as
what
stenting and angiography,
the juniors are not on duty. The seniors are trying to fill up the gap to the extent they can.
my lords, for the firstly, they are filling up.
So therefore we
What
ask,
the junior doctors.
are you in a position to say that, well, everything is as normal as ever?
My lords, we are not saying that, but what we are saying
Is that you're doing your duties as seniors to fill in the breaches caused by the absence of the junior doctors?
and my lords, we have placed on record, and my lords just make
That's all right. You've made your point. What's the next point?
this, please. The second thing is that there are a number of debts that they have claimed that they say that they have got from media reports. Now, we were able to glean in the absence of being given the allegations that are being made against us. We were somehow able to glean one case from which, with regard to which we have obtained the clinical reports, and it is a lie. There's no question of it, it is a lie. So, my lords, this demonizing of the doctors has to stop. So, my lords, if my lords will take note of that and ask them to give us any further status reports or allegations that are made against the doctors so that we can respond, we would be grateful. Secondly, my lords, in terms of safety, there is a notification that has been issued by the state of West Bengal to institute Rattire Shati,
Sorry?
to institute a cadre that they call Rattire Shati. Now, this Rattire Shati